and she really wants to play sports, but she has a physical disability, so is it possible for her to play a sport here?
Unfortunately, at this time, we at Mercyhurst don't have a program specifically for those with disabilities. It's something we're trying to get away from, but this university is something that's considered the empire of normal. So we don't have enough of those opportunities, but we are trying to get away from that and make it more inclusive in the future.
What do you mean by that, empire of the normal?
So that's kind of an unwritten standard almost in society that able-bodied individuals have the opportunities to play power and performance sports and be challenged physically and mentally, whereas people who are impaired don't necessarily have those opportunities.
That sounds unfair.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's definitely not fair. And it's something that as an institution we're trying to get away from in the future and make it a little bit more better and inclusive for everyone.
All right.
Do you think Mercyhurst Athletics does a good job accepting and including individuals with mental or physical disabilities? Why or why not?
I think Mercyhurst Athletics does try, but because of certain health restrictions that these individuals with disabilities have, it's hard to include them in some of the more rigorous sports just for their safety.
How do you think Mercyhurst can better include these individuals who are impaired in sports?
I think that maybe we could find a way to modify what they're doing and find a safe way to do it, or kind of get their own little league and see if there's other schools around there that they could compete against as well.
This university does a good job of accepting and including individuals with mental or physical disabilities, and why or why not?
I think we do a really good job with including individuals with mental disabilities. The AIM program is really good. I transferred from a different college and we didn't have anything like that there, so I think it's really good how Mercyhurst includes them and incorporates them into the campus, society.
And how do you think can Mercyhurst University better include those with disabilities in sports?
I think a good way to do that would be maybe providing opportunities for not only participating but maybe coaching or volunteering with other maybe schools in the community where children are playing sports, so they could people with disabilities here could get involved by being officials or coaching, and so there's other kind of routes to get involved in sport that way.
Thank you. Do you think Mercyhurst University does a good job accepting and including individuals with mental and physical disabilities? Why or why not?
I do believe that Mercyhurst has a really good program for people with mental disabilities. For example, we have a really good AIM program, the autism Mercyhurst program, and it is really good for people like me, for example, that I've never been around people with this kind of disabilities, to learn that maybe they can be included in society as one more and not be kind of separated because they are in their own spectrum.
Do you think Mercyhurst Athletics does a good job in accepting and including individuals with mental or physical disabilities?
I haven't seen any inclusion and with any of the kids with physical or mental disabilities. So I do believe that a better job could be done because these kids can also enjoy sport as much as we do, even if they might not be able to do it at their full 100% as we do. But I think sport brings much more than just being physically or mentally able, and I think the kids need this kind of joy.
I've been hearing over the past couple of days that there's frustration on campus, that there are very few opportunities for individuals with mental or physical disabilities. What is this about?
It is true that there are significantly less opportunities regarding people and students with disabilities. However, one of the biggest reasons for that is maybe that there's no league because there are too less students with a disability, so it's not possible to create a league or something for them.
Another thing that can hinder their opportunities is their safety. So I know that for at least school-sponsored varsity sports, all athletes have to go through a pre-participation exam. They have to be cleared by the athletic training staff and the team doctors. So if they have history of any physical or mental conditions that might hinder their ability to play safely, they won't be allowed to progress into their sport.
Are there any NCAA sponsored events or teams meant for disabled people?
Not at that time, but the NCAA mandated accommodations that can be made for student athletes with disabilities.
Yeah, there's all NCAA member institutions have the right to ask for reasonable modification and accommodations for athletes with disabilities, and they can have these accommodations as long as the rule change doesn't affect their safety or increase risk of injury of them or another player. If it doesn't change the essential element of the sport, and if it doesn't provide an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
But isn't there a program at Mercyhurst strictly for those with intellectual disabilities?
Yeah, that's the AIM program. It's the Autism Initiative at Mercyhurst. But it's not really for sports, so it's just for the students at the university. It's it's made for autism, so.
This kind of reminds me of the Paralympics. They like to do the same activities as people residing in the Empire of Mind.
They're, for example, house isolated, like there's isolated housing. So.
The only thing is they receive far less recognition, support, and media coverage. I bet if you ask someone to name 5 Olympic athletes, they could do it easily. But I bet very few people could name a single athlete in the Paralympics just because it isn't something that they see every day.
Right, and I think that's a really good point. I think it's something that as an institution we need to start that conversation about and hopefully create a more equal and inclusive environment for everyone. So it's been made clear that Mercyhurst is definitely an empire of normal. What do you guys think we can do to try to get away from that in the future?
I think right now we could create leagues which are based on pleasure and participation and not on success and power. So to create a league for people who just want to have fun.
We could also engage in the community and bring attention by hosting fundraising events such as wheelchair basketball, and possibly get in contact with other schools and programs and see if we could make this happen.
Nice. I think those are all really good ideas. So extending this to the class, what do you guys think we can do as a university to get rid of the empire of normal and be more inclusive with those with disabilities?